right here on Jefferson, and this is the first ever story time at the Merriweather. So I'm so excited and happy that you all are here with us today. And for those of you that haven't been to Storytime before, the first thing that we like to do is we say thank you. So we have to thank our sponsors who made all of this possible. So that's Rich Products, and that is Ingram Micro. We have to thank all of our partners and friends that are here today. So we have Poet Laureate Jillian Hanesworth. Can everyone wave hi? And we have Community Advocate Mark Talley. Hi, Mark. We have Miss Gabrielle from the Buffalo Museum of Science. We have Miss Sammi here from Epic. We have Miss Kennedy and Mr. Patrick from the Medically Oriented Gym at Jericho Road. And we have Miss Cherish from the YMCA. So my friends, they are going to lead us through our story time today, where we will read books, we will do science experiments, we will do art activities, we will move our bodies, and then, does everyone see your green bags? Who is going to their green bag? Yes, so in that green bag are some things that you will need for our art and our science today. Okay? And then did everyone fill out a raffle ticket? Yes? Okay, so after every part of story time today, we are going to pick 2 raffle tickets. And the raffle winners are going to win a toy or a really cool reading apron. So hang on to your raffle tickets because we're going to pick a winner after every single segment. Okay? Awesome. And so before we start today, my friends, you can get comfy cozy in your seats. And I am just going to introduce Miss Tara and Miss Brielynn from Epic to say a few things before we start. Thank you.
Who is excited to hear a story? Me too. Who is excited to do science? Oh, lots of hands up. I love it. I love it. Who is excited to do arts? Ooh. And who is excited to do a dance party? Yay! And I know I missed a few things, didn't I? What did I miss? Movement. Lots of stuff. So anyway, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I am going to turn it over to Miss Brielynn really quick just to say a few words. I just want to thank all of you for coming out today, and I want to thank all of the parents. Your job is the hardest job on the planet as a parent or a caregiver, and we all know that. So thank you for coming out today and joining us on this really beautiful Saturday morning. Ms. Brielynn.
Thanks. Hi everybody, my name is Brielynn, and I'm fortunate enough to be a board member with Epic. So today I'm here with my nieces and nephews and my mom. It's just so awesome for Epic to be able to provide this story time and all these great activities for all of us. So truly thank you for being here today, because without you being here, we wouldn't be a team of an organization. And thanks to all the staff who is here today. So have so much fun, and your feedback is so important. So enjoy the day. Thank you.
Okay, my friends, and there was one thing I didn't say. So after we do all of the amazing things that you just heard about, there is more. So if you did not get a chance to go in the hallway, we have Aspire of Western New York here with backpacks and school supplies for you. We have Oishei, who gave us some really cool safety things that are out there for you. And then we have Fat Bob's that collected hundreds of books that are for you to bring home with you today. And they are giving everybody lunch. So lunch will be outside after the whole program is over. So can we all say thank you to Aspire and Oishei and Fat Bob's? All right, so now we will officially start with the first part of story time. And so it is my pleasure to introduce again Poet Laureate Jillian Hanesworth.
So I'm Jillian, and I'm going to read a book called Same, Same, But Different. Can you say same, same, but different? Same, same, but different. Yeah, that's energy. That's the energy we want. picture of my world. My teacher melded across the oceans. This is my world. A boy drew back with the colors of the sea. He said, this is my world, same, but different. P.S. Art. My name is Elliot, and I love to climb trees. My name is Kalash, and I love to climb trees too. Same, but different. P.S. Do you live in a tree? And this is Kalash right here. That is my tree house where I play. I live in a red brick building with my mom, dad, and baby sister. I live with my family too, all 23 of us. My mom, dad, sisters, brother, grandmother, grandfather, aunties, uncles, and cousins, all live together. This is this big, huge family. And our animals. I have pets too, but not nearly as many as you. Same, but different. P.S. What does it look like where you live? A great river flows through my village. Peacocks dance under the trees shaped like umbrellas. The sun is giant and especially hot here. This is where he lives. In my city, the sun hides behind buildings as tall as the sky. Taxis, buses, and cars fill the streets. And this is where Elliot lives. Here there are few cars and still too much traffic. Same, but different. I ride a bus to school with my friends. So do I. Same, but different. Two different buses. This is our alphabet. And this is our alphabet. Same, but different. My favorite class is art, where I can be anything. See him with the mask on? My favorite class is yoga, where I can be anything. Same, but different. This is how my friends and I say hello. This is how my friends and I say hello. Same, but different. We're best friends, even though we live in two different worlds. Or do we?
that you have in your bag is a gourd. Gourds are plants. These are plants. They grow. How do we get plants? From the ground or from trees. Very, very good. And one thing about these gourds is that they grow on the ground. Can you see this little curly thing? Does anybody have a little curly thing coming off of there? A little bit? This is the stem and the vine. So gourds grow on a vine, and they grow all along the ground. One thing that I really, really like about gourds, which we also call squash, we'll talk more about why we call them gourds or squash. One thing that I really like about growing gourds and squash is that no matter where you plant them, they go wherever they want. They don't stay in one place. You plant your squash up here, it says, nope, there's some water down there, I'm going to move my vine, I'm going to reroot, I'm going to move my vine and reroot. Gourds, squash, watermelon, all of these things, they will climb all over your garden and go in all sorts of different fascinating ways. And it's just one of the most amazing things that I like to observe in my garden. So our STEM lesson today, we are going to each observe our gourds. So we're going to use our senses, which is part of the scientific process. First, we're going to use our sense of sight. We'll look at our gourds. What shape is your gourd? Yes. Shaped like a balloon. So yeah, some of our gourds are shaped like a balloon with a little stem on the bottom and a big ball on the top. Some of our gourds, what's another shape that we have for our gourds? Yeah, what do you have? Like a peanut. Yeah, anybody who has a gourd shaped like a peanut with two balls, a round ball on the bottom. And then that one is a little bit like a fatter peanut. Super cool. All of these are still gourds. They're all bottle gourds. These have been dried out, so these are not very heavy. Are they heavy or are they light? Pretty light, yeah. So if you think about the weight, parents, you can compare weights even without having the measurement. You can talk about if something is light, if it might float in water, or if it's heavy, like some stones are heavy. You can pick up a piece of wood. Is the wood lighter than a stone or heavier than a stone? And that comparative vocabulary really sets up for doing scientific inquiry and looking into different things around our world. So the next thing that I want you to do, we've looked at our gourds, we've seen the shapes. Let's touch. We've all been touching our gourds. Are they smooth or are they bumpy? Smooth. What about anyone that has a stem? Is the stem smooth or is it rough? A rough stem. Some of us have smooth stems. This one has a really long, curly stem. So we can use our words to describe what we're seeing with our eyes and also what we feel with our hands. The next observation that I would like you to do, we all have to be very quiet. Listen to your gourd. So there are kind of really three different types of sounds that you might hear. So does one person want to tell me what their gourd sounds like? Yeah. Say it again? Yeah. Like a ball, yeah. It sounds like there's like a rubber ball in there. Anybody else have one that sounds like a ball? It's just kind of thumping around, isn't it? It goes thump, thump, thump. What's another sound that we have? I'm going to ask on somebody that hasn't answered yet. I love the enthusiasm. What does yours sound like? Like a seashell sound? Like it's kind of dry inside? Does it sound like a rattle? A rattle? Yeah, so some of us have gourds that all of the seeds inside have dried but broken apart. And those are the ones that sound like a rattle. The ones that sound like a ball, the seeds have dried, it's all come together with all of the fibers inside. And so it's one solid mass inside. But they're both the same type of plant. They're the same type of plant, these gourds. There's another sound
tiniest of gourds? Does somebody have another? This is a little bit of a trick question. Is there a sound that you hear in the tiniest of gourds?
I think you've got it, actually. It is no sound. No sound. So in some of our very, very small gourds, everything is still packed in there tight, and it is not moving around at all. There's stuff in there, but it's not moving, and if it doesn't move, we can't hear a sound when we shake it. So we have investigated with sight, we have looked at the shape of our gourds, we have looked at the touch with our fingers, we've listened to it, and I've seen some of you, not everybody, that have tasted their gourds. Right now, our little baby. So, these gourds maybe aren't the best ones to taste, but I'm going to show you some other things that are also gourds. Has anyone seen one of these before? Yes. Yes? What is this? A squash. Why is this a gourd and this is squash? Right here. Why? Maybe we change your mind. We have one that's a gourd and one that's squash. Do you know? Do you know? It's okay not to know because learning is also really fun. Right, we're going to go in the blue t-shirt and the glasses. Why is one a gourd and one a squash? How they grew. Yeah! And that is a really, really good observation. And it's a little bit trickier than you might think. So this one was grown as a squash, and this one was grown as a gourd, but they could have been opposite. Because a gourd is defined by how it's used. And these gourds are used for decoration or ornament, and the squashes are grown for eating. Yes. So, if we put something like our butternut squash on the table as part of a decoration, we can call it a gourd. Or if we have something like a pumpkin, or this one is specifically an acorn squash, maybe you use it on your table for decoration, but then after you've used it for decoration, you take it, cut it in half, put a little bit of oil on it, and roast it in the oven. It's a squash. So when we call something a gourd or a squash, they're all part of the same family of plants. It's just about how we decide to use it. So somebody might see this sitting around and say, oh, what a nice little pumpkin gourd. And somebody else might say, oh, what a nice little delicious squash. These squash, this butternut squash, I don't know if you can hear it or not. Maybe I'll go to the microphone and put it on today. So this butternut squash, hear that? A little bit. So it's got a little bit of a hard shell outside. This one works even better because it's very dry. You can't really hear the shape on it. You can hear that it's dry passing. And then we've got another type of squash. We know these. So zucchinis or summer squash. Do they have a sound? No, these ones are really, really thin skinned. And so even though they're all part of the same family, they look very different, right? So we have our butternut squash, our acorn squash, or pumpkins, our summer squash, and our little gourds. So I've got just a couple more things I'd like to talk to you about with these gourds. One is that this butternut squash, oh, it's really hard. Has anyone ever tried to cut a butternut squash? Is it hard or is it easy? It is very hard. You have to use a lot of force to get into a butternut squash and a very, very sharp knife. But the butternut squashes, they come out in the winter time. They're a little bit thicker skinned, the squashes and the pumpkins. And then a summer squash like this, which is going to be my lunch later on. Do you think this is easy or hard to cut into? Easy.
easy. So let's see. Just broke right in half. So these summer squashes are very thin-skinned and very easy to cut up. These are all things that you can eat, and parents, when you go shopping and you take your kids with you, because it's a good experience, it's interesting for them to look at all of the things that are around in the store. You can use your produce section or your farmer's market or wherever you get your vegetables and your fruits from to talk about plants. Because when we're looking and learning about the world around us, we think about these as being produce. You know, they're food, we see them in the grocery store, but even more than just being food, they are plants that we can learn about. And so in looking at the produce or the fruits and the vegetables we grow, you can find the stem of the plant, you can find the fruit of the plant, and inside you can find the seeds of the plant. So each time that you buy a fruit or a vegetable, you can look for stem, fruit, and seeds, and these are all parts of botany, the study of plants. I have one last thing that I want to show you that I don't know. I just recently learned that this is a gourd that is part of the same family as our bottle gourds, the same family as our acorn squash, our butternut squash, our summer squash. A watermelon. Do watermelons grow on trees? What do they grow on? On the ground, on a vine. And then one of the most rewarding things about watermelon that I love. Let's listen to it. Sounds nice and ripe, right? So it's got that hard shell, it grows on a vine, and it is the same family as all of these other squashes and gourds that we have, even though it's called fruit. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say,
They are all the same, but different. So we have all got our same bottle gourds, but they're all different, right? And then all of these are the same, but they are all different. Just like we're all the same, and we are all different. And people will call you different things depending on who they think you are, and you can call yourself different things depending on how you want to be in the world. So I like to eat a lot of food, so I'm going to call these all squashes today.
Stretch out our backs a little bit. We're going to reach down to our toes. Reach down to the toes. And then we're going to arm some people. And then we're going to come back up. And now we're going to reach up towards the sky. And we're going to sit up on our tippy toes. Try to grab the ceiling if you can. And hold it. And come back down. Now we're going to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Take one arm, put it across our body like this. Pull on your arm a little bit. And hold it. Very good. Now we're going to cross over to the other arm. Other side. Yep. Stretch out your shoulder like this. Take it up. Okay, now that we stretched out a little bit, let's get moving a little bit more. Let's have our arms out like this, straight by our sides. We're going to do some arm circles. Let's start with small circles going forward. Nice and small circle. Small circle. Now some big circles going forward. Very good. Just like that. Now let's do small circles going backward. Yep, just like that. Let's do big circles going backwards. Just like that. Now who here likes to swim? Let's pretend we're swimming. Let's rotate our arms back and forth. Make believe that we're swimming in a big pool like with Michael Phelps. And then next up, we're going to do something called a windmill. So I'm going to take my hand and reach down to the opposite foot. Come back up. Couple more.
Oh yeah, girl.
And back. One more time. And back. Okay, now let's make believe that we're in a parade. Let's march. We're gonna march together. Pick your knees up, pick your feet up, as high as you can. Let's march in the parade. Now let's pick up the pace. Let's get our knees up. Let's march together. Now we're gonna skip. Skip the place.
Oh, we're frolicking.
Down the road. That's a great thing. Skip down the road. Who here is going hopscotch? Now we're going to do hopscotch. Hop out, hop in. Hop out. Just like that. Keep going, keep going. Okay, next up, we're going to do some jumping jacks together.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Everyone down. Ready? Here we go. Skin like mine, it's quite divine. In fact, I say it's one of a kind. I wouldn't trade for any other shade. I love my brown skin. Oh, where do I begin? My sister and I are both shades of. What's your name? Everybody give it up for Raj. Shades of brown. Me like peanut butter, she like a hazel spread.
both creamy and smooth. And you like peanut butter? What about hazelnut? Anybody like hazelnut? I'm gonna see, I like the peanut butter. If I had to choose, it would be hard for me because both are just so nice. Skin like mine is really neat, sort of like a brownie. What's your name? Katie, how old are you, Katie? Haley? All right, how old are you, Katie? 8? All right, everybody give it up for Miss Kaylee. Sort of like a brownie treat. Dark chocolate brown, so tasty and sweet. I love my skin from my head to my feet. When I look at Grandpa's skin, you know what comes to mind? Caramel. That's it. It's a touch of golden brown and drizzle on top of your ice cream. Ooh-wee, this is making my tummy hungry. We're like cookies and cream. When we're together, our skin color doesn't mean a thing because we know what's inside that matters most. Color should never keep two people from being. What's your name? Would you both be able to just tell me what? Doesn't? When we're together, our skin color doesn't mean a thing, but we know what's inside that matters most. Color should never keep two people from being close. Imagine a world with one view of colors, how boring that would be. I don't know about you, but I like variety. Like a bag of lollipops, each bringing a different splash of flavor to my mouth. If everyone wasn't the same, that'd be a shame. Skin like mine is white. How old are you? Skin like mine is quite divine. In fact, I say it's one of a kind. I wouldn't trade for any other shade. I love my skin. Oh, how much I love my brown skin.
Purple shirt, because purple is my favorite color. Now, my friends, does anyone
colors of hair. We have brown, blonde, and black hair. And it'll look like this. So when I finish explaining the art activity, I will help pass some hair around and we'll get hair that matches our own hair. So we're going to take this yarn that we have all bundled together for us, as well as a glue stick. I am going to take my glue, put it right on the top of my hair. I'm going to do my best to make it match that line on top of my head. But it's okay if it's not perfect. And I'm going to put it on top of my hair. So now, you see I have my hair on top of my head. We even have some scissors if we want to cut our hair to match how long our hair is on our head. I'll do that a little bit later. But we're going to need to make some self-portraits. There's also some stickers in your activity pack that look like two eyes. So if you need help getting your eyes, that's going to be a great way to practice those fine motor skills by grabbing that eye, putting it on your face, and you're going to get to make a picture that looks just like you. So I'm going to turn that hair on, and then I will bring around those hair colors as well as those glue sticks, and we will share our supplies. We have the hand sanitizer up here too, and we're going to spend some time making our work. Now raise your hair if you can, if you need some black hair. I'm going to start with that. Get some black hair. There you go. Yes, please. My friend Miss Kennedy from the MOG is going to hand out her blonde hair. So raise your hand if you need blonde hair. Miss Kennedy is going to come to help. And then I will come around after that with some brown hair as well. So if you need brown hair, keep your hand down for a moment. Black hair. I'm going to hand you my everything comes out to your dog. Thank you, thank you. And my friend right there. All right, my friends who need black hair, are we still missing some? Raise your hand high. It's a minute. Miss Kennedy is also going to have some brown hair if we need it. So you need brown hair by Miss Kennedy. Brown hair? Need brown? Yeah. Brown? So sorry, I missed that. And one right here. Two. One. Right? Just one for you? Oh, perfect. You're part of customers, okay? She's going to hand it right back to you, okay? Do we have enough hair right here? Yeah. Beautiful. She wants black. I will trace it out. It looks fun. Do you also want black hair? All right, my friends, now that we should I missed a couple of references. Now that we mostly have our hair. So, and please be
and I love, oh my goodness, I love looking through your Soraya. Soraya, say hi.
So very nice.
Is walking around and looking at your art, which is I am going to encourage the big people in the room to, if you haven't made your way to the hallway, please do. We've got some goodies for you, including backpacks. And this is a situation where even if you only have a backpack, but you know somebody you think could use one, go visit the table. Aspire has lots and lots of backpacks. They want to make sure that everybody has what they need to do. We're not done yet, I'm sorry, we're just hanging out. I'm just chatting while the kids are finishing up.
Why aren't you dancing, sir? Trying to make us better? Where does this Cherish work? YMCA. YMCA. Take it. Here we go! That's it, bro! Oh, ready? Here we go! Get those vibes! Shake it, shake it!